Alright, hello my wonderful students. This is part 3 of Foldable Rule 1. For this one we have y is equal to negative 2 sine 1/2 theta. And once again we're going to be using our formula 1 is equal to a sine b theta. And once again our a is going to be equal to our amplitude or our omega, which looks like this. Actually, this is the omega symbol here. And that's amplitude. Oh, I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's right here. It says move a little bit just in case. Alright, it's kind of like a W. Yeah, so we're going to have is equal to A, which is this one is, I know it's negative 2, but remember, it's the absolute value of A, so it's actually going to be just 2. And all this means instead of, well, I'll show you right now what all that means. And then we're going to go ahead and go our period. This is going to be equal to 2 pi over B. In this case, our B is 1/2. So in order to do this, we're going to put this over 1. So it's going to be 2 pi over 1 here. And then we're going to multiply this by the reciprocal. Like anytime you divide by a fraction, you can just multiply by the reciprocal. So reciprocal of 1/2 is 2 over 1. And this is going to give us a period of 4 pi. So now we have to just go ahead and check here. We can start plugging things into our graph. We see our amplitude is 2, so we can go ahead and go 1, 2, -1, -2. So the distance from here, the center which we're using, since there's no k, which there's no thing out here that would move it up or down, which we'll talk about in the next sine function. That means we're going to have there, and once again we're going to go ahead and do our dotted lines to show that the sine graph is not going to go anything above the 2 from the top and the 2 from the bottom. So nothing's going to live up here, nothing's going to live down here. It's only going to live inside here. Okay, we found our period was 4 pi, which is kind of awesome. It's the easiest of the ones to figure out because half of 4 is 2 pi, and then half of 2 pi is just pi. And we notice that it's 0, 1 pi, 2 pi, so this is definitely going to be 3 pi when we separate it. And once again, this is a sine function, so we're going to start from 0. But since this is negative, that means instead of going upwards, we're going to go downwards here and put our next point at -1, then go up and put our next point at 0, then the next point at 2, and the next point at 0 again. And the reason is because if we go to unit circle again, and we see that when we're going, so we started here at 1, 0, and this is, once again, I'll just write them all down, 0, 1, at -1, 0, and then at 0, -1. So the reason is because when we do positive version, we go this way, and sine ends up being 1. But if we go negative route, which would be going that way, so once again, this was positive route, and this is the negative route, the first sign we hit is actually a -1, so that's why we go down on the first one. And once again, we're going to do a nice curve to hit that. This is going to be our y is equal to -2 sine of 1/2 theta.